Well, guys, coming in for a check, trapline check here. I'm doing some other stuff, putting in dog proofs after some super frustrating high water. And I have a scout ahead of me that has informed me one of my conibear tall H stands, the top of the stand is open. So something happened, and we're gonna go see what happened. I'm bringing the setters just in case. It's a good chance they fired, but I don't know if there's anything in it or what's going on. So water's super high, as you can tell. Creek is absolute flooded to no end. In fact, I have to go around very carefully. I'm not falling in the holes. And go like this. Whoa, that's one of the old holes. Some old chewings right there. I don't know if I showed that. But one of the stands is open and bent crooked. Which is interesting, because last time I took some Judith and Dan Castor. I don't know if you guys remember that. I put it up in the tree here. I don't know if I showed it, but I think it fell out of the tree and it's gone. So, wondering what happened here. As you can see, the stand's all wonky. Dive sticks up here, one of them. Trying to look for the chain. See if the chain is tight. Should be right in here. But maybe it fell off the stand. It's on my rebar. Right now we're looking for the chain. Chain's right here. So well, figure this out without falling in. Try to get you guys a good view. Best I can without. Oh, there we go. Guys, would you look at that, huh? Stand was firing, huh? Judith and Dan, you guys asked for it. And he made a boo-boo. Judith and Dan, I guess I can say now, your lure works in Oregon. This is exciting. Yeah, this one tried to sneak up in here. Got whacked. And there's that. So I got to get a good picture for Nick Ernie. Once again, the RBG doesn't fail. When it fires, it holds on to them, baby. And yeah, I'll leave it there. I got to get a picture of it like that. Can you get a? I need so I'm going to pause you guys real quick. But that was before the water came up. It was down below there with the dive stick cross, right? And put some lure up here and some Judith and Dan's in there. Slowly been letting a little lighter lure presentation, a little lighter. But like I said last time I was here, I can't remember if I filmed it. I don't know if I did, but I knew this was gonna come up, this creek. So my normal bait stick is underwater there. I knew that was gonna happen. So like I said, I took one of my Q-tips and stuck it right up here in hopes that it, you know, it waft around more and get some action. And this is my 220, so I don't know if the wafting worked or it's old stick or it's just a blind set, but something drawed them in and kaputs, baby, right there. That's it. Like my latest rant video, I'm trap talk, trap design. I talked about how people are like, well, what stand do I use on the 330 Belial or 330 RBG? What stand? Well, a 330, right? So there was no correlation with these traps here, right? I have a 12-inch RBG and a stand here, right? This stand's not made for the RBG. So I had to take the RBG, measure across, it's 12 inches. And I had a stand for my Savage O 12 by 16, or 11 by 12. So I had to figure out whether it's 11 wide or 12 wide. It was ended up being 12 wide. So this trap ended up fitting on the Savage O 11 by 12 stand. Because the Savage O was actually 11 wide, 12 wide, 11 or 12 high. So 12 wide, 11, oh my God, I can't speak. 12 wide, 11 high. Whereas if it was the other way, these would not fit on that stand. And these stands are bigger than the 330 ones. It's a 12-inch wide stand. And instead of being 48 or 52, they're 58 inches tall. They're even taller So I like them for this super flood, these flooding situations where it floods. But the only place you get these 58-inch stands that are taller, they're like 30 bucks each. Unless you get 6, which they're 19 each then, they're still expensive. But Snare Shop's the only place I can find them. And they're actually custom made for Snare Shop. So I don't buy the regular cheap stands anymore, I buy these. But we're gonna sit here, set this, ooh, I'm getting hungry. Set this RBG, it's a 12-inch. It's the same set lot. A couple years ago, I popped one here. There's big old bulge in his belly. It looked like it was full of water, but they have the ability to block out the water when they're going in stuff underwater. So I don't know what it was, but he had a big, it looked like he swallowed a basketball. I like these RBG because they're round right here. See how they're round? For people with small hands like me, I can't grab this, but I can grab here and walk my way to the top. And simple as that, I would never need a safety with these because I can walk my way to the top. It's narrow here, wide here. And I just sit there and close it the whole way. That's what I talk about. These RBGs are super easy to set because like people don't really need this type of thing. You need setters for the springs, but you don't have to necessarily use a safety. The bliles, anything else, I use a safety because grabbing them, it's hard for me. But these RBGs, I can walk to the top and there's not a ton of pressure going away on these springs, but when they fire, they're fast. And that gives me, I can easily hold this, right? Look, I can easily hold this. The bliles, I'm struggling to hold them, and that's why I put a safety on there, because they will bite you when they slip out of your hand. But these, I do not have an issue with. Look at it. It's just walk it up, walk it all the way, you know? And these safeties will slide out and always be on. They don't protrude like that like the bliles do. And that's why I like the RBGs a lot. I can just, look, I can sit there and do this and no problems with smaller hands. Being 5'4", I don't have extra large hands. I'm not 6 feet, I don't have huge hands, and I just have the perfect ability here to sit here and set this. Just fantastic. And when I set it, I hit it down. Because I want the connection pieces here, I want all the connecting pieces, the piece like that and then the piece like the U piece to fit into each other and be tight. So that adds no wiggle to these triggers. See that? No wiggle. Sometimes when you half put on, there's a little wiggle, and sometimes the animals feel it. And when I'm setting like this, I don't want wiggle. I want it steady and stiff trap. And that's why I like these RBGs. It just works fantastic for what I'm doing. And with small hands, like I said, I can walk it up. Doesn't matter how far it's apart, I can walk it up because it's round. The square ones, you can't walk up because up to the corner, the bliles have that ridge on them, and I can't get my hand around them. These just works fantastic. So women, children, if you're going to teach a child or going to teach your wife or daughter or something, get some RBGs. They're easy for them to walk up here, right, and set. They're not as dangerous as other traps because they won't slip out of your hand. These will always have a grip on them, and you don't need safeties with these. You could use them if you're really nervous, but these, I'm not nervous at all about. Never will be. Even picking them up, I didn't. The bliles, I'm still a little hesitant about because they slipped it out of my hands. The Savage O's slipped out of my hands and actually bit me one time. You won't have a problem with RBGs. So we'll set this like this, upside down. So I have the stakes here, chain, right? I just did a loop. I showed you guys this before. Just swivel and a bunch of swivels. Make sure it's on the left side because I staked on that side. Put it up here on this stand. No, I didn't last time, but the water's might drop, so I'm gonna have it upside down here. Obviously, the water fluctuation is gonna play into this. These triggers have not been adjusted by me. They naturally come in a V like that and cover the whole 12-inch trap, and that is exactly why. Well, I really like these RBGs, man. The 12-inch does this, but the regular ones don't. They have regular triggers. But these 12-inch have such a wide area, it always comes perfect every time. A lot of people manipulate them to, when they want to miss rats and stuff, but I like catching everything. Won't have a problem with this. So I'll go all the way down, so you guys can see this, all the way down. And since I got on the center notch, it's going to have more power, right? The outside notch of the trigger is going to fire faster, but I'm not worried about speed here. I'm worried about power. Not as much, for no rhyme or reason, but...
It's not going to hit the base of that thing?
What?
The trigger when it falls down.
It shouldn't have a problem with it hitting anything. At a point maybe it'll hit this, but I think I can still fire.
I think you should turn.
Because when it fires, the whole trap adjusts, and I think it will be fine. I've set it like this and never had a problem. He's bringing up the question that, well, it's the dog's hitting the bottom of the stand. Well, not fire. Well, technically, there's been some designs people made with rebar and never cut a notch out of there. Just put the dog right on there, it still works. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem. It could be, but I still don't think it is, because they're gonna hit this and it's gonna be done. They're gonna swim through it and hit it with power, it's gonna fire it. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's gonna be fine. So the next step with this, since it's a wedge, it's actually just a rutted out spot here. I'm gonna adjust this. So let me get this on camera for you. Adjust these up enough. Keep the trigger on the best I can. I'll slide them up like that, lock them on. Go like this. Safety on this one fell off. And that's the thing, I'll just slide them up the trigger wire, and that essentially, they don't feel it as I go in, but not sure where I want to set it. I might set it under the water this time. I set it right in the water level. Don't take this, obviously lock that up. When we showed up, this was like that, like you guys saw, so yeah, that's about it. Obviously, you take the triggers off here, pop, just like that. See, I can't adjust this like I used to with my cell phone. Pop that off, it's like that. So there. Pop that down, pop that off. Take the chain, obviously in one hand. Go like this. Figure out where I want to set this, right? Because try to get this on camera, try to lift my thing up, but set it in there just like that. That should be perfect, actually. See, that's just on the surface. I think I get it in further, but I'm worried. Ah, that's as far as going in. That's perfect. It's 1.5 inches, 2 inches on, about that much underwater, inch. And of course, we're gonna sit here, you know, take the basic stuff, take a dive stick here. This is the one I drove through springs that was actually still underwater. So I'm gonna show what I'm gonna do. I try to get this on camera for you guys. I'm gonna have to get lower because I don't have multiple cameras here. I'm gonna sit here, take one end, right? I don't know if you see, I gotta check. I think you can. I'm gonna shove one end in the bank best I can. Best I can. Bring it down, right? So, with this being an arch like that, if I flip that over, it's gonna be up in the air, but throw that in. It's gonna be perfect. Need a little grass now. We'll come back with you in a second when I put that on. Back in here, you know, a little bit of grass here, right? Just a little bit, a little handful. Gonna take this, spread it across like that. Not much I need to do. Even if the water goes down, why I essentially build this, right? Take a stick and then build the grass on top of it. Because if I don't put the stick, it's like building a house, there's no structure, everything will sag. So put the stick there, build the grass on top of that, and then it'll always hold its shape when the water goes down. So it'll always be there and it'll never impede the trap. That's particularly why I do that. It's something that I kind of picked up. People talk about putting grass and sticks on there. I always do both, but start with a solid foundation and build on top of it. And it never ends up sagging in front of the trap and ever having problems like that, where it may startle them if it goes down and it's down to the bottom jaw, which is legal here. There's no grass sagging in front of them, blocking them. And that's why I do that like that. And works fantastic. That's about it, you know. They're gonna see this, they're gonna come at water level, and they're gonna swim in here, hit it. I don't have any Judith and Dan with me right now, but very next time I stop in here, probably tomorrow or the next day, I'm gonna put some up in the tree and probably put some right there, and that's about it. That's the set. That's how I beaver trap. There's a million and one ways to do it. Everybody does different. Like Dale Billingsley, when he uses folds, he catches them live with 10 feet of chain and has them up on the bank live. Go ask Dunlop, he'll put them on drowners. There's no one way to skin a cat, and this is the way I do it.